Another day in the good old stock market, guys. We have Bed Bath & Beyond stock currently up a whopping 3.3%. As you guys know, they just declared Chapter 11 bankruptcy 2 days ago, so we have to do a quick update on that stock, and we're going to go over the overall stock market, which, let me tell you guys, is not looking good at all right now. We have the Russell, the Dow, the S&P, the NASDAQ. Everything's in the red as the VIX is up over 6%. So we're going to do a lot of analysis in this video. If you guys find value, hit that like button, subscribe, and if you want some free money, don't forget to get up to 15 stocks from Moomoo, link down below, and 12 stocks from Webull. That's 27 stocks, guys, free stocks. It also helps out the channel. I appreciate you guys, as always. Again, link down below, and with that being said, cheers. Let's dive right into the video. So like I said, guys, Bed Bath & Beyond stock is up around 3.5% right now. It's at 19.5 cents, and it's up roughly 0.006 cents on the day. So what is that? Half of a cent? Not even. Actually, no, a little bit more than half of a cent. Either way, it's up 3.5%, which honestly, guys, is not much at all considering the history of Bed Bath & Beyond stock, but it's a good sign that it's up right now in the midst of an overall red day. Pretty big red day at that. The Russell's down 1.3, the NASDAQ's down 0.8, we have the S&P down 0.7, as the Dow's down about 0.25%, which again, we'll break those down more later on in the video, so make sure you guys stick on throughout. And what I'm noticing here on Bbby, guys, is the fact that we've seen multiple squeezes over the past roughly 24 hours, less than 24 hours. You guys can see here on the intraday chart after the bell yesterday, this did see a pretty sizable move. You'll notice we ran into close. Well, actually, no, we ran into power hour, then we sold off into close. You guys can see right here, that was yesterday. Then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, let me pull this 5-day up, and actually maybe on the intraday chart, you'll be able to see it. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, we saw a huge spike after the bell on Bed Bath & Beyond stock from around 18, 19 cents all the way up to about 22.5 cents. That was a move of 19% in the span of probably 5 minutes. Yeah, 5, 6, 7 minutes. That was a big move. That was a squeeze. Then after that, we ended up falling for the rest of the aftermarket, right? And then in the pre-market today, we started off at about 19.5 cents, coasted down to roughly 18.5 cents by the time the market actually opened. And then at open, you guys can see if I zoom in here, we saw a pretty big squeeze from roughly 18.5 cents to roughly 21.5 cents, which was a move of 15%. And of course, you guys can see here on the intraday chart, since that point, we saw a big sell-off, and it's been choppy ever since. We went from 21.5 cents down to about 18.7, roughly 19 cents, saw another spike to about 20-ish cents, 20.5 cents, and here we are now fighting to break back over 20 cents, as now the stock is up roughly 4.2% at the time that I'm making this video. And what time is it again? 11:05 a.m. I'm losing track of time, guys. This is nuts. So, okay, what I'm noticing on this intraday chart in terms of a pattern, guys, is we have a clear wedge. You guys see this, right? We have higher lows, but at the same time, lower highs being made. You guys see all these different, points of support here. Boom, boom, boom. You guys see now we're holding the 180 SMA on this intraday chart, but again, at the same time, we're making all these lower highs. And at this point, right now, when I'm making this video, we're up 5%. We're testing the 50 SMA on the intraday chart, and we're testing the top of the wedge. Essentially, guys, we're sandwiched in between these moving averages, and we're digging ourselves deeper and deeper into the wedge. So what direction are we going to pick? That's the million-dollar question here in the very short term. Is Bbby going to break out of 20 cents, see a nice leg up, maybe towards initially the high here from, just a couple hours ago, not even, about 45 minutes ago? Is it going to go to 20.5 cents initially, then 21.5 cents? That'd be the next gap to fill. Or are we going to fall through the bottom of the wedge, through the 180 SMA, and start to push for those lows from the pre-market and, pretty much yesterday where we hit roughly 17.5 cents. So I'm watching for direction right now on Bed Bath & Beyond. And guys, you got to realize, even though they're filing for Chapter 11 bankruptcy, and who knows if they're going to make it through to the other side, the odds are against them, let's put it that way, but even though they're doing that right now, there could still be money to be made in the short term on Bed Bath & Beyond stock. If you're very quick, if you're very nimble, if you're hopping in and out, which is why I'm breaking down the charts in these videos, and that's why you have to subscribe to the channel and, of course, hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of the updates throughout this Chapter 11 bankruptcy process. You're not going to want to miss any of the updates here on the channel, guys. So, again, very simply, guys, what direction are we going to pick? That's what I'm watching out for in the very, very short term here on the intraday chart, as now we are again struggling at the top of this wedge, and we're right by the 50 SMA, which, who knows, we might break that by the time we're watching this, or you're watching this video. We could already be breaking out of that point. So that's a quick breakdown here on what I'm noticing on BBY, at least in the very short term here. And maybe I'll make another video later on today, because this thing is ever, it's changing very quickly. Every minute, every 5 minutes that goes by, it's moving up, down, multiple percentage points. So I'll probably do another update later on today, and maybe more news comes out. We'll see what ends up happening. And now look at it, guys. It's slowly starting to break out of that wedge. You guys see it right now in real time. Look at that. We're piercing that 50 SMA in real time. We're breaking out of the wedge. This looks pretty bullish, at least in my opinion, for now. We'll see how, of course, it ends up playing out over the next couple of hours. So let's break down the markets now. But before we do that, if you have not gone up to 15 stocks yet for Moomoo, use that link down below or go to StasOrFest.com/Moomoo. Once you open up an account, you get 1 free share of stock right off the bat. And listen to this, guys. If you deposit at least $100, you get 4 more stocks, totaling 5 free stocks. And if you deposit at least $1,000 onto the Moomoo platform, you get 10 more stocks, totaling 15 free stocks. So if you guys want some free money and you want to help out the channel, use that Moomoo link down below. It is greatly appreciated, guys. Without you, this channel here would not be possible. Again, I appreciate you all as always. Cheers. And with that being said, let's continue on here with the overall markets, and maybe we'll wrap back around to BBY in a couple of minutes here to see how it's doing in this wedge on the intraday chart. So let's see. Again, all the indexes right now are in the red. We have the VIX up 5.5%. And did I not say yesterday, guys, not to toot my own horn, but I was expecting a spike in the VIX in the short term. I didn't know exactly when it was going to happen, but I was expecting a spike in the short term, and here we are. It's starting to spike. It's up 5.5%. Let me pull this up for you so you guys can see it. The VIX is up to what now? Almost 18 points. It's at 1780, again up 5.4%, and it's clear to me now that we're starting to see a spike on the VIX. Maybe not a complete reversal, but we're starting to get to the point where 20 points is right around the corner. And I think at some point in the short-term future, we will be going between 20 to 25 on the VIX. And you guys know I do have a position in UVXY. I think my average is like 410, 415, something like that. So full disclosure, I'm underwater on this trade right here, but I'm willing to hold it for a little bit of time. Like I said in my video, I think that was a couple days ago that I made that video. Either way, I'm willing to hold it for a little bit, as I do, again, think a spike in volatility is around the corner. So I'm in UVXY still, which is a pretty risky trade. I'm not going to lie to you guys, but I think it's worth the risk reward here, and I'm in it with a smaller amount of money, so it's not like if I lose 5-10%, it's going to ruin me. But if I do make money, it's going to be, a good trade, right? So UVXY, I'm still in that, again, as I think a spike in the VIX is around the corner, or a move back to 2025 could be around the corner. We'll see. I don't know. I'm not a wizard, guys. I could be wrong. We shall see. But overall, that's some thoughts there on the VIX, what I'm doing a little bit. And we have, again, the Russell down 1.2, the NASDAQ, the S&P, they're down 0.6, 0.7 roughly. And we have the Dow down 0.1%, as the metals are also in the red right now. Silver's down 2%, and we have gold down 0.1, slightly under, just a hair under $2,000 an ounce. So let me see what SPY is doing right here. Are we breaking some levels? Yeah, the fact that we're down 0.6% right now, not looking the best on this 20-day 1-hour chart. You guys can see we have a death cross. Now we're under the moving averages, and we are taking out the lows from the last couple of days here on the 5-day 5-minute. You guys can see that. So that's not the best sign for the bulls, but it's not the end of the world either, as on the 4-hour chart, we're still above the 180 SMA, and we're technically still holding trend here, as you guys can see on this time frame. And on triple Q, let me pull that up and see. Triple Q right now is down 0.7%. It's at 313. It is at the 180 moving average as we speak on the 4-hour chart, which is a very big level of support. That was the high from back in the middle, beginning of February. Also, you guys can see from the end of March, that's where we peaked out at. Now we're pretty much at that old resistance as support, which again happens to be right by the 180 moving average on this 4-hour chart. So let's see, guys. Let's see. Our buyer's going to come in here at around 312, 313 on triple Q. Are they going to come in at, let's say, on SPY anywhere from 405 to 410? Time will tell, but they need to hold that level. Bulls need to hold that level, in my eyes, to maintain the control here overall on the 4-hour time frame. So what do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. Let me actually pull back over here to BBBY, which is now up 5.5%. It looks like it's still fighting with the top of that wedge. We'll see if that actually ends up playing out. Again, make sure to subscribe because later there'll be another update and a bunch of other updates on the markets, other stocks that I'm looking at, maybe an AMC video as the whole lawsuit situation is playing out. So with that being said, I'll catch you in the next video. Smash that like button, subscribe. Don't forget to get up to 15 stocks from Moomoo and 12 stocks from Webull. Link down below. Literally free money, guys. It also helps out the channel. I appreciate you all as always. And with that being said, cheers. I'll catch you in the next one.